See how he does.
Mack and Smith both in the game. And here comes Mack again. But Kaiser gets away from him, but not from Smith. How's that for the opening play of your career?
2nd and 10. Bradford. And going underneath, and Johnson is there, but tackled quickly by Roquan Smith.
Brady is dumped at the 11-yard line. Brady hung in there. Nobody was open for him. And the pressure from the combat
in inclement weather. 2nd and 10. Cannon makes the catch on his hip. He's going to lose 3 yards. He gets run over by the first rounder out of Georgia, Smith.
The best quality was of Peterman was that it was mentally tough, and he has to be given the situation. Juggled and eventually caught by Jason Kroom. The ball comes out, and the Bears have it. It's a fumble and a takeaway. Eddie Jackson going the other way for a Chicago touchdown. Wow. Ruled a fumble on the field, and a Bears score. Stafford in trouble, and he's thrown to the ground at the 38 by the rookie Roquan Smith. His 3rd sack of the year.
Standing up right on the down and distance. He tries to go inside, and from the outside, Stafford cannot get away from Smith.
6 offense, make it 7 offensive linemen, so they're down to their final substitution if needed as Goff fires over the middle and it's intercepted at the 26-yard line. Roquan Smith, the rookie from Georgia, bounced out of bounds inside the 5.
Rodgers screen batted in the air and incomplete. Williams had a 2nd shot at it, but Hicks, big Akeem Hicks, knocked the ball away on the Rodgers attempt.
Throughout the NFC playoffs. And dropped is Mullins, and that's Roquan Smith, his 5th sack of the year.
Then that's what you wear.
That was Hicks again. What a pickup this guy has been.
Take the Smallwood. Smallwood, look out, it gets picked off. Picked off by Smith. Roquan Smith is off to the races. Out in front, nobody will get him, but they're going to rule him down by contact. There will be no touchdown. They're going to say ruled down by contact as Smallwood is taken down as he makes the catch. Correcting now, talking with
ruling on the field
his colleagues.
Was interception by Chicago, ruled down by contact. Bears ball, 1st down.
From the 32-yard line, Smallwood tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Akeem Hicks is right there, taking him down for the loss. 2nd and 10. Jamal Williams is the back. Give it to him, and he gets stuffed in the backfield.
I don't think that Sean Payton would just call something to make this a little easier field goal attempt.
Crossing pattern and batted down by Roquan Smith.
Taking the signals from the sideline from Chuck Pagano. 2nd down and 7. Goff on a roll. Gets chased, has time, fires, and it is intercepted. Roquan Smith on the 4th down, and then took it 80 yards, and they're going to stop him again here. So that Bear defense rises to the occasion.
To the 5-yard line to convert on his 3rd down. Good protection this time. And now just Jones throws it off his back foot with no chance to get a 1st down on that catch. And it's at the 23-yard line.
Blau is going to be sacked, and that should just about do it. With a record of 3-7-1 overall. Blau in trouble, takes a sack back near the 40.
2nd down and 8. Carry on Johnson. And Johnson will lose a yard, bringing up 3rd down.
3rd and 2 for New York. Out near midfield. Pitch it. Lewis. The cutback doesn't work. Had to get to the 50. And Roquan Smith helped make sure that he didn't get there as we toss it to Evan Washburn.
Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Taylor with the handoff. And loses yardage on the play. He got knocked back a yard to the 45. Glad to see what my writing can do. Rivers on first down. Little pop goes nowhere.
Been an impressive drive, and now you see the safety starting to creep down around the line of scrimmage.
Hines. Oh, and Hines goes nowhere.
He did in New England that it has taken some time.
Brady steps into it, and that pass is dropped. Looked like it was there for the tight end Hudson again.
Second down and 9. Bridgewater finds Cannon, but it did not fool Roquan Smith. Rams try to bleed the clock here. Down to Lisa.
Here's Harris. And Mingo makes him reverse field. Deontay Harris runs into Trevathan.
Keep waiting for this. Well,
here's a toss to Kamara, and he does not get it.
First play from scrimmage in the second quarter, and Tannehill is going to be sacked for the second time. Back inside his 30-yard line by Roquan Smith.
It loves where he's at.
Third down and 6, and the pass is caught and knocked back.
Motion Cook into the backfield. Second down and 10, just across midfield. Some pressure. Cousins trying to roll out of it. Hits Cook. That'll be another losing play. Roquan Smith brought him down. Loss of 5 that time.
Where the holes will open up.
Second and 1 has Ham in front of him. Off the draw, and Cook is swung around in the backfield. Roquan Smith. Chicago brings the heat. Cousins can't get out of there.
First snap. No stats this year as he's heavily pressured. Smith hit him. Hold the ball. Flag thrown. There's that 6 in the secondary. 3rd and 8 for Watson. Fulton the block. Up the middle they come. Here comes Hicks. Staggering free. Look at him dance back and forth. And finally Smith will douse him. 180. They'll keep it on the ground. Try to come towards us. And losing yardage.
He knows. You just cannot do that. He's trying to make a play, but you just got to throw it away.
On 2nd and 4, a lot of time for Glennon, who throws over the middle. He's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
That will be in that draft class. It's just, I think, the experience, the big game experience, and just how consistent he has been.
That pass is intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
Packers have the #1 offense in the league. They'll start by pitching it to Aaron Jones, and Jones has to work his way just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Khalil Mack blowing that play up from the start.
This is a tough punt from the 1-yard line, though. You'd like to at least get a couple yards here.
3rd and 19. Trying to get a couple, and Will Woods. And Smith is going to take him down. Bear hug him down to the ground.
2nd down and 10. 10th play of the drive. From the 41-yard line of the Bears. Burrow in trouble again. Down he goes. 4th Bears sack. This one for Roquan Smith. Crowd trying to make it more difficult now. Burrow throws. Intercepted. It is picked off, and on the run is Roquan Smith. Down the sideline. Smith gets a block all the way. The pick 6 for Roquan Smith.
Goff.
And sack. Roquan Smith.
Raiders are inside the Bears 20, threatening. Carr pulls the trigger. End zone. Broken up. Edwards, the intended target, with 3 Bears in the area.
Last 2 home games. It's a 3rd and 6. Set up a screen. Bernard, it's met. head on at the 15 by Roquan Smith.
And now he's like, oh, you want a one? No, then hand it off.
And drop back to the 4-yard line. Man, they're going to look back at that tape and say, if it could have been just a play here or there. And goal line. Oh, my gosh. Wade waiting for Vaughn that time.
Niners are averaging 10 yards per play right now. Right back to Mitchell. Good penetration up front from Roquan Smith.
It has to be covered when he's running down the seam like that by the seam defender.
They're missing Eddie Jackson back there.
Harris is spun around. A couple of Bears had the opportunity. Robert Quinn was there first, then Akeem Hicks. First down and 10. There's the pressure, and it's Roquan Smith with the sack.
They really could have been in the thick of it, honestly, with a win at Pittsburgh, and then if they somehow came in here and with it.
Here's the defense again with Roquan making another play in a hurry.
That's why the NFL is incredible. You just never know on any given Sunday, and it's playing out that way each week.
2nd and 8. And they're on him. The stick by Roquan again. Duvernay with the catch.
Here's Connor bouncing off defenders. Roquan Smith chases him down, though. Good penetration by Eddie Goldman to help break the play, and then Smith finishes it off for a loss of 4.
Steve Large at the Hall of Fame were the only other. After picking up the first down, it's Roquan Smith making the tackle. Shot Penny.
Eskridge again. Eskridge brought down. Nothing happening there.
You think it wouldn't be that big of a disparity. And that time. And with all the injuries, all the COVID craziness, he has kept this defense competitive, and they continue to get their push. Roquan Smith, who has been the linchpin of Desai's defense.
And so 3rd down and goal from just inside the 5. Lance scans, stands in, goes down. Dominique Robinson was there first. Roquan Smith finished him off.
Pierce. He is cut down for a loss. 3rd down and 1. Pierce caught from behind. Roquan Smith everywhere today. Starting to rain at Soldier Field on 3rd and 1. Mills pass deflected, intercepted. Roquan Smith, and Mills makes the tackle.
15 touchdowns, 2 picks. And he takes the snap here. Here comes the blitz. And he avoids it for the moment, but then Roquan Smith came straight through the middle. Almost.
Every NFL game's competitive, but this is a game that's not what the Patriots expected. Zappi is brought down. Roquan Smith. A loss of 8. 2nd down and 20 as a result. Zappi passes in the air and intercepted by Smith. Tipped at the line, and Roquan Smith with another takeaway for the Chicago D. And the flag is down.
I mean, all 3 phases have functioned really well together in harmony.
Malik Davis gets swallowed up. Angelo Blackson and Roquan Smith lead the charge.
Those are the 5 completions. 2nd down, 4. Back again. Roquan Smith again. Wraps him up and brings him down. Loss of a yard back to the 29. With Andrew Beck out with a hamstring and an illness, they've had to be a little creative. Here is a handoff to Washington. And there's Hamilton back in the game. Just got back in and losing 2. There they come up the middle on the blitz. He's grabbed by Queen. He spins away. Slippery, but down he goes. Shoved right there by Roquan Smith. It's the 9th play of the drive. 2nd down and 8. Blocked by Moore. Trubisky intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. A block from Queen. A broken tackle of Sims. He got by Daniels, and he is finally knocked down by Deontay Johnson. Interception thrown. Mitch Trubisky and picked off by Roquan Smith.
But there was an admission from Avery that there was so much different when he got back to this team from what he did in training camp, that this is still a growing process for him, as you were talking about.
Split backs, Patterson and Algier, as Ritter faked the throw and then gets back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 1, Patterson in the backfield.
Reload, they're going back to the original play.
On the toss, it's Cordero Patterson.
I do not like that at all.
And he will not get there. Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, combining to stop Patterson.
Third down and 8. We'll get an update from Mel when it becomes available. Karras the snap. Outside they go to Chase. Hit by Smith and then Hamilton.
Of Huntley just all the way. Tipped it off.
From the 48. Mixon to the left. Ravens all over this. Patrick Queen leading the charge over there.
They have got to find a way to string a drive together here. That was Odafe Owe applying the pressure and a good early sign for the Ravens. Stroud under pressure, flicks it up. It's caught. That's the tight end, Dalton Schultz. Another new piece for this Houston offense. And he's going backwards. So still officially in the third quarter, untimed down after the penalty from the Ravens 8. Stroud under pressure, buried. Roquan Smith, shot out of a cannon.
Minshew will go under center. Moss behind him. Play action, the rollout. Here comes Roquan Smith, and now his buddies with the takedown. It's Smith and Clowney covering up Minshew.
But that's a tough way to break in.
Blown up, Roquan Smith after the feed to Ford.
Henry again off the pitch. He loses yards there. That's Roquan Smith coming in.
Fourth and goal. Goff going end zone. It is incomplete.
Out of all those different defensive looks that we use.
Third and short. Herbert scanning, throwing in traffic. Incomplete. And Roquan Smith breaks it up. And that's the danger of that is 25 seconds are off the clock, and now the punt team's back on.
Williams. Hit in the backfield by Owe. Second down. Williams again. Over the right side and drilling him is Roquan Smith. Continuing to make plays all over.
Put it behind you, just do what you do. That's one thing to hear that. You just got to trust it.
Here's McCaffrey, and it's well played by the Ravens defense.
They are inside the Baltimore 15. Pitch it. Achane, slow down and drop. Patrick Queen, the 2-minute warning. It was right there. Tagovailoa intercepted. Picked up by Roquan Smith for Baltimore. Stiff arm. And forced out of bounds in their haste.
Ground game has been non-existent. Roquan Smith got through to make that stop and a loss of 3.